Let's talk about one of the Giants' weapons. And the last time we saw Johnny Cueto in the postseason, he was wrapping up a complete game in Game 2 of last year's World Series in another uniform. He gets the ball for Bruce Bochy tonight.
Well, and if you haven't seen him much, he likes to have fun on the mound. And what I mean by that, he can throw about 4 different deliveries at you. Johnny Cueto messes with the timing of the opposing hitters with a traditional windup, and then he gives you a little bit of a Louis Tiant, all right, and then he might quick pitch you, and then he's got one last one, that's the rocking chair. Johnny Cueto reads the hitter's swings and tries to do whatever he can to disrupt the timing. He is very suited for the Giants. You see the last 5 starts, 4-0, and for Johnny Cueto, he wants to get his team off to a good start.
Cueto's had some postseason success, that's to be sure, but not in comparison to the Cubs starter. In fact, very few can boast the kind of postseason success that John Lester has had.
Well, John Lester is also looking at possibly winning a Cy Young, but what he's been is unbeatable in the second half. That only loss came to the Cincinnati Reds in what was a tune-up for this start. His determination, his concentration, experience, all going to bode well for the Cubs.
Start you by posting the Giants starting lineup today. Here's how they align against John Lester. Gorky Hernandez, a late call-up who made an impact down the stretch. A lead off in center field. Brandon Belt moved into the 2 spot at the end of the season. Had a lot of success there. He bats second tonight. Buster Posey, Hunter Pence, and Angel Pagan, the former Cub, 3 through 5. Brandon Crawford, Kelby Tomlinson, Connor Gillespie, the wild card hero, and Johnny Cueto rounded out for San Francisco.
Well, for John Lester, what you do when you look at this lineup card, you say, okay, I got to highlight a couple people. Those 2 people right there highlighted, don't let them get on base because they are the potential stolen base threats for the San Francisco Giants. Of course, you don't want Posey or Pence to beat you, but the speed in this lineup, which isn't a lot, keep them off the bases. John Lester does that. He'll be in a good position to pitch a strong game for his Cubs.
Among the benchmarks of the 2016 Cubs, they are an outstanding defensive team, and it's the John Lester defense today. That's what Joe Madden calls it when he has Javi Baez in the infield. Chris Bryant plays third. Addison Russell at shortstop. Anthony Rizzo is per usual at first. We put their ages on the screen because when this group started the postseason last year, they were one of the youngest postseason infields in Major League history. Gorky Hernandez digging in for San Francisco, and this National League Division Series Game 1 is underway. And if you had suggested to the Giants that they're against John Lester to set the tone tonight, trying to bunt his way aboard. Rizzo with a shovel to first base, and they can't get it done. Hernandez is aboard to start the ball game, but looks like he's dinged up as he had a collision with Javi Baez at the bag.
All the way from second base. This is what you got to do against John Lester. You've got to make him field the ball, possibly throw. At this point, it's an impossible play. You see Baez trying to slide in, catches the ankle of Gorky Hernandez. Almost an ugly play for both players.
Belt with the leadoff hitter aboard. Look at the season as the number 2 hitter. There goes Hernandez. Throw to second by Ross is in plenty of time to get him.
Ross didn't get the greatest jump, but what a great throw and a great start for the Cubs. Going to throw to first.
One out and the base is empty. And Belt commits. 2 gone to start the top of the first. Here's Buster Posey now. The 4-time All-Star San Francisco lineup. Lester's 1-2 to Posey. Posey lifts a fly ball the other way. Jason Hayward in the corner to wrap up an eventless top of the first. Bryant and Rizzo off the top. Ben Zobrist, Addison Russell, and Jason Hayward 4 through 6. Javi Baez gets a start at second base. Ross and Lester round things out for the Cubs. And on the mound for the Giants, the 2-time All-Star, 30-year-old veteran Johnny Cueto, an 18-game winner during the regular season, capped off a fantastic year with a winner in his last start Thursday against the Rockies. Dodgers survived the Washington Nationals.
You see it?
On the corner, and a generous corner it was.
Mess with the hitter.
Runs 102 driven in. To 2. On the fastball more infrequently. Giant on its way. Back to Cueto. He fumbles with it for a moment, but gets it to Belt in time for round number 2 and comes to a close. Here's Anthony Rizzo now with 2 out in the base.
Just pitches away.
With 2 strikes, choking up as he years in Cincinnati. Little
this.
Quick pitch. And Rizzo was waiting for it. Lines it out to right. Handled by Hunter Pence, however, to put an end to a 1-2-3 bottom of the first. In here, more home wins this season than in any other all season long. Hunter Pence leading off against John Lester. A bouncer over the bag by his bobbles. Pence runs well. And the Giants have their leadoff hitter aboard for the 2nd consecutive inning.
Juggle, and you can understand how far he had to go to get it. Still.
Leadoff hitter aboard now for the former Cub, the switch hitter Angel Pagan. Pagan with a swing and a fly ball out to left. Zobrist is there, camped under it for the first out. 2015 All-Star, the left-handed hitting shortstop Brandon Crawford. And first, stolen. Crawford sprays the ground ball to third. Bryant has only 1 play, and that's on Crawford. There are 2 gone.
Back victory when John Lester was with
He's top of the 2nd. Tomlinson with a comebacker that Lester will handle without problem. And another leadoff hitter aboard, left stranded. For the 2nd, Ben Zobrist to lead things off for Chicago. 3-4-5 for Joe Madden. It'll be Zobrist, Russell, and Hayward for the Cubs. Starting in his former Kansas City team.
Percentage nearing 500.
You bet.
Hey, that's outside. You gotta bring it.
2-2. That's where Cueto got. A swing and a miss by Zobrist. 2 strikeouts for Cueto tonight. Addison Russell picks on the first pitch and sends a fly ball to right. Hunter Pence is there, and there are 2 gone. It's empty now for the right fielder Jason Hayward.
Find it.
Ball and a strike to count to Hayward. Cueto just 4 for 18 in previous meetings. As Cueto puts the finishing touches on another 1-2-3 inning. 6 up, 6 down against the Giant right-hander to start tonight. The top of the 3rd, Connor Gillespie leads things off for San Francisco. Gillespie then the pitch game, the dramatic home run in New York in the wild card game, and he stays red hot with a base hit into right field to start out the inning. The leadoff hitter aboard once again for San Francisco. As we're going to have a little change here. This was something that came up at the end of the regular season. Anthony Rizzo is putting on a different glove. He's wearing a second base, a traditional infielder's glove, because he's going to switch positions with Javi Baez. It's on a non-first baseman's glove. The snap throw down to first, and they got him!
Well, you got Rizzo in looking for the bunt, and then this is a setup play. They pitch away and then have the pick play at first.
Now the Giants have put their leadoff hitter aboard in 3 straight innings, and they've run themselves right out of 2 opportunities. Gorky's Hernandez caught stealing, and Gillespie picked off.
And I tell you, David Ross is not having it right now with the strike zone. He's talking to the umpires saying, my pitcher and our hitters aren't getting the same strike zone. Let's go.
Strike to Cueto. Cueto bunts. Ross is on it. Pretty good bunt, but Ross is able to make the play. The Cubs are an outstanding defensive team. So, by the way, are the Giants. San Francisco led the league in fielding percentage. Hernandez sounded like he broke his bat. Sends that one to left. Zobrist is under it. Before we can even continue the theme, Lester and Ross get him out of the inning.
Year.
Big swing and a high fly ball slicing into shallow center. Hernandez has it, and there's 1 away. And Ross takes it. Have a chance to talk about
Boston and Chicago.
Ross with a drive to left field. That ball's well hit. Hernandez
what happens.
Eddie Vedder was just as excited as anybody in the play. He was more excited than Theo. You know, it has not been that of late. A wave and a miss by Lester, and Johnny Cueto has been perfect through the first 3 in this one tonight. On Giants and Cubs, 8 Eastern on MLB Network, and Sunday NLDS Game 3, the doubleheader starting at 4 Eastern on TBS.
Potential rallies.
There's Buster Posey now with 1 away, and offers at the first pitch and dumps a base hit into left field. Buster Posey has done his best work throughout his career against left-handed pitching. That continues here. Here's Hunter Pence now. Pence takes a breaking ball for it. And though Buster never. Next off. Posey aboard with 1 gone. Angel with an enormous lead off of first base, and Pence shoots it. Pence swings and sends a ball to left. This one knocked down in plenty of room for Zobrist to make the catch, and there are 2 away. He's almost past the cutout there at first base, and again it's drawn no throw from John Lester. That first pitch misses. No strikes to Angel Pagan. To 3-0 now. Here's the 3-0 home. 3 balls and a strike to Pagan now.
You saw Lester there, like, what's the difference? Better than they are.
Broken bat flare out to shallow left. Coming on is Zobrist, and it gets past him. Posey on his way to third. He's held there, and the Giants have runners in scoring position with 2 away in the 4th.
Wow, I'll tell you what, anyone but Posey maybe scores on this play with 2 outs. You see the ball sinking.
And he does catch the point. Crawford was there. Slapped to shortstop. Russell takes care of his opposite number, and John Lester is in and out of trouble in the 4th. Still scoreless at Wrigley. The Cubs half of the 4th looking for their first base runner.
And what
up right where he left off as Arroyo last October. On the ground to the shifted shortstop. Crawford takes care of Fowler. There's 1 away.
David Davis has been great at that play all year. Davis just a really good, smart catcher. That's one thing about Johnny. You can get a couple guys on it that doesn't really bother him. I know there's been a lot made of, a few people stealing bases, etc. But you go, we go. But for the most part, man, people get out there. He does a great job. Look at his ERA.
Chris Bryant rattles a double into the left field corner. And the Cubs not only have their first hit of the night, they've got a runner in scoring position. Chicago with an up. He lined to right in his first try. Yanks that one clean out of the building. In the league. Strikes to Anthony Rizzo. He stays alive there. Remains to Rizzo.
There's the changeup.
And a chopper to Tomlinson, who was in short right. He gets it to Belt in time. There were 2 away. Bryant takes third on the play. Strikeout victim back in the 2nd. 1 of 3 so far. Line to second. Tomlinson gets it on a hop. And Johnny Cueto keeps the Cubs off the board despite the 1-out double in the 4th. Connor Gillespie and then Johnny Cueto. And John Lester back to work. Unable to get anybody past second through all that.
Not happy with some of the pitches on that side of the plate, so it's been a little bit of a grind for John in some areas, but he has come up big. That pitch is right there. Sorry, Matt.
Here's a 3-1 and it's a full count. Giants off the scoreboard despite that. Here's the 3-2, and Tomlinson's unable to hold up. Away. Gillespie singled in the 3rd. That makes him 8 for his last 15. Picking on the first pitch here, a pop for Baez.
In closing and waiting for 7-8 innings for that Cardinal.
In your playing careers, as Cueto tries to bunt his way aboard, looking for a 1-2-3 inning here in the 5th, and that one bunted foul off of David Ross. One foul, and that'll do her. Everybody stayed on the field to see what was up with David Ross, but the foul bunt with 2 strikes means a 1-2-3 fifth for John Lester. An NLDS Game 3 doubleheader starting at 4 East.
Already played twice. And then the Boston Reds.
Cleveland, meanwhile, here still scoreless. Addison Russell leading things off in the home 5th. I mean, the bump
Last year, of course, most recent, they
3-2 home from Cueto to Russell, fouled away. Exact. And a wave and a miss by Russell, who finally succumbs to the strikeout. There's Jason Hayward now.
part of the replay.
Posey and Belt hoping for a chance, and Posey's there to make the. And he's not pitching game 1 of the series. Baez lines a base hit into right. David Ross fly to center in his first try tonight. Little check-in throw on Javi Baez, who has stolen 12 bags this year on 15 attempts.
Well, talking with David Ross, he says
Fastball misses the corner.
lineup that's got to do something, otherwise.
And it's 3 balls and a strike. A full count now. Cueto out of the stretch. There goes Baez, and Ross fouls it back. Baez running again. The next 3-2 pitch. He got him with the wrinkle. 5 strikeouts for Johnny Cueto through 5 shutout innings, plugging right along. Scoreless in Chicago. This Belt and Posey against John Lester. 3rd 2 away in the 4th. Lester got out of that jam. Responsible for one of the big defensive. And a full count to Gorky Hernandez now. 3 balls and 2 strikes. Hernandez lines to shortstop. Russell's got it, and there is 1 away.
Bernard Span had really good numbers against Lester. 8 for 28, 6 walks.
0-1 to Brent. 2-2 to Belt. To get to the postseason, Belt swings and misses. Posey has singled and flied to right tonight. Back to Lester, who will do it himself. At 7 in a row, retired by the Cubs left-hander.
We get a chance to show you a few different times. One where he did have to throw.
Lester leading off the 6th, followed by the top of the order. Scoreless last of the. And he went around on the 2-strike check swing attempt. 6 strikeouts for Johnny Cueto tonight. There's Dexter Fowler now. Fowler yanks that first pitch well foul. Far this evening. He like a check the count 1 and 2. The next swing and a miss by Fowler. Back-to-back strikeouts start the 6th inning for Cueto since 1935. Start last year in the division.
A bad one for Kansas City.
Bryant swings and misses, and he strikes out the side. Does Cueto in the 6th. 8 punch-outs for the Giants right-hander on the road tonight. Still scoreless in Chicago. Crawford trying to solve a scoreless tie. John Lester back to work. First offer. And quickly Pence pokes an 0-2 pitch to second for Baez, and there is 1 away. First pitch pop for Baez. 2 quick outs for Lester in the 7th. He can open him up and play him at any position. He loves how aggressively he plays infield. Crawford hitless 0 for 2 tonight. Sends that into the opposite field for Zobrist. Another 1-2-3 inning for John Lester. He's retired 10 in a row. Up and stretching at Wrigley in a scoreless tie. Addison Russell in the Chicago half of the 7th in a scoreless tie with Hall of Famer John Smoltz and Ken Rosenthal. Matt Vasgersian back at Wrigley Field. Been a fun one to watch so far tonight. Johnny Cueto and John Lester have been in complete control. There's a ball smothered by Tomlinson, and Rizzo is retired on a fine play to start the 7th.
I tell you, as we saw.
Strike to Zobrist, and it's Kruko called it torture. 2-2. Grounded out to start this inning. Make it 9. side as Russell bounces it sharply to third for Gillespie. And another 1-2-3 inning for Johnny Cueto against John Lester, who is showing no signs of yielding. 4. Tomlinson sends a slicing liner out to right center, run down by Fowler, and there's one away.
Betting himself.
Coming all year long. It's true again today. The first bit of bullpen activity on either side tonight. Hunter Strickland is up for San Francisco.
Yeah, I would think this is just in case Gillespie hits a double or gets a hit.
Rolled as Chapman up for the Cubs. He is yet to begin throwing.
About getting that go-ahead run. Parker, though, was celebrating, and Bochy had to scream at him to get back in the dugout. So
Cueto will have his third plate appearance, and a chopper out to second base. Retires Cueto. 13 in a row retired by John Lester. Who's going to blink first? We're going to the bottom of the 8th, still tied. It looked like a congratulatory handshake from Joe Madden to John Lester. 8 brilliant innings, 8 shutout innings for John Lester. 5 strikeouts, didn't walk anybody, scattered 5 hits, only one of them an extra base hit. But John Lester looks like he may be through for the night. Johnny Cueto, meanwhile, will continue. He'll try to match 8 scoreless innings.
I almost wonder if the
Hayward pops it up. Belt's got it, and there's one away.
Hayward has done a lot of that this year, and with the Cubs' success, he's been able to escape offensively one of the worst productive years he's had.
And now here's Javier Baez digging in with the bases empty. It is a Aroldis Chapman in a scoreless game.
I also think that might be the end of David Ross. They pinch hit for David Ross with Lester being taken out of the game.
Chris Coughlin is standing in the on-deck circle in Ross's place. So that's a foul ball, and it's 2-2. And it'll go to a full count now. Again, a fan. The quick pitch. And Baez sends it deep to left. Pagan is there at the wall, and it's in the basket.
Pitch, and this crowd closer, by the way, when you're
Coughlin fouls off a pitch to make it 1-2.
I mean, that's the shortest home run you can hit in left field here.
Coughlin swings and misses. That's 10 for Johnny Cueto. And he crushed that ball, but it might not get out of some of the new scoreboard. Stella sends a fly ball into center. Hernandez is there for it. And just like that, the Giants are down to their final 3 outs in game 1. The hard-throwing left-hander Aroldis Chapman will try to hammer it down as San Francisco has the top of the order. Playing from behind because of this. Cubs make the AT&T regular season. Yorkies Hernandez or not. About how hard it is to catch. Just ask Wilson Contreras, who comes on in the 9th inning to try to handle him behind the plate.
That's against him.
Did he hold up? He did not on the appeal. Hernandez strikes out. It's the left-hander. Bruce Bochy running out of opportunities to get Nunez into the game. Back this year. They're trying to get home to Nunez. Another appeal, and it's a 3-2 count now, and Eduardo Nunez. Here is the 3-2.
Ball 4.
The next 3-2 pitch. A broken bat flare on a hop for Baez. Some funny English on that ball, but no trouble on the right side of the infield, and there are 2 away. Posey with a swing and a drive to left. Zobrist back, and it's off the wall. Posey into second, the tying run in scoring position with 2 away in the 9th.
Posey's got such a simple swing that I felt like this matchup.
Chapman in doubles. Here's Hunter Pence, who's had some success. San Francisco ended up winning that night. Tying run at second, 2 out, top of the 9th inning. Pence bounces it to Baez. Throw to first, and the Cubs have taken game 1. A brilliantly pitched night on both sides of the scorecard. 1 swing of the bat. Javier Baez, the hero. He straightened out a 3-2 Johnny Cueto pitch with 1 out in the 8th. Delivered the game's only run. Chapman holds in the 9th. And Chicago has claimed game 1 in this best-of-5 series.
Sit in the open, Matt. Couldn't wait to watch this series. It didn't disappoint. It's going to be a great series. San Francisco has everything that you need to be a champion.